Sometimes you may think it is rejection, but rather it is protection. And sometimes you may have this feeling that maybe when it comes to love, you are not lucky, but rather it is divine preservation. And if you've been asking yourself, why are you still single? Then this video is for you, because in this video I am going to be sharing with you why God is still keeping you single. God is still healing you. You know, you have had a bad experience when it comes to love in the past. You have been betrayed. You have been rejected. You have lost trust. You've been tossed around with. And that is why you have gotten this hidden wound in your life concerning love. And if you are not healed, you cannot be deeply in love. For you to be deeply in love, you must be deeply healed. And that is why God is faithfully, quietly healing this your hidden wound that no one else can see. You cannot be in this state and love someone truly and love someone genuinely. And that is why God is healing you. I want you to trust this process of healing. This your period of being single is a period that God is really using to heal this your wound, because you've been heartbroken, you've been abandoned, they played with your heart, and so you don't have this trust anymore. And that is why you are in the healing clinic of God. God wants to heal you. And until you are whole, He does not want you to go, so that you will not use this heart to start a relationship. God is protecting your purpose. God did not create you into this world just for you to be someone's partner. He does not create you just for you to be attached to someone, but He created you for a calling. And He does not want anything to destroy this your calling or to distract you. And that is why He is protecting you from wrong relationship. And that is why God does not want you to go into a wrong relationship at the wrong time, so that you will not lose focus. Because you have a calling to put smile on people's face, a calling to make a difference, a calling to be a voice that will make change. You are called to create great impact. You are called to be a pillar. You are called to make changes. And if you get into the hands of the wrong person in the name of in a relationship, you will lose focus. Sometimes the calling can even be terminated, because you will not be in line anymore. And that is why God is really protecting you. The way He's protecting your calling, that is the way He's protecting your heart. Because when your heart is not stable, when your heart is toiled with, when your heart is gambled with, you will lose focus of your calling, which is important. God is protecting you so that you will not be in the wrong arms. Therefore, trust in His process. Trust in Him, because He has good plans for you. This is very important. And that is why God is really preparing you for higher love. God is not interested in you going into a relationship that does not make sense. He wants you to go into a relationship that reflects His love. And this type of relationship demands maturity. And that is why He's preparing you to be emotionally matured. He's preparing you to learn how to communicate. God is preparing you to learn how to set your boundaries. God is preparing you to be able to handle this love that mirrors Himself in your life. He's preparing you so that you will not go into a relationship where you are going to abandon yourself and be someone else. He wants you to be who you are. He wants you to fulfill your calling, your mission. And that is why He's preparing you for this higher love. And if you are not prepared and God hands over this love to you, you will not be able to handle it properly. At the end, it will cause you regrets and you won't like this. And that is why God is really giving you time to discover yourself. God wants you to know who you are. God knows that when you get into that relationship you want now, you've not really discovered who you are, and so you will settle for less. God does not want you to settle for less. He wants you to know who you are. God wants you to know your value. Who are you when no one is there to validate you? What are the things you like doing if you are given the privilege? God wants you to know your worth. Know what you represent. He wants you to have a relationship with Him. God wants you to know Him. He wants you to know Him better. Because when you know Him, you have this relationship with Him. You know who you are. You know what you have, your value. You won't settle for less. God is really writing a better story for you. Your love life have been a mess in the past. You were being abandoned. They walked away on you just like that. You were heart opened, but they were not. You were rejected. You were gambled. You were not valued. You were messed up with. You were bullied. But God wants you to have a better love life. He does not want you to go back to your vomit. He does not want you to repeat the same mistakes. Sometimes you made mistakes in your past relationship and you've not really learned. He does not want you to repeat those mistakes again. He does not want you to repeat that cycle again. And so, God is preparing a better love story for you so that this love story will be the one that will be memorable. And if you are still single, I want you to know that God has not forgotten about you. You are not an abandoned project. God is not a man that He should deceive you. God has good plans for you. He has not forgotten that you are still single. He knows. He's taking His time. He's quiet, working faithfully, preparing you for the relationship that you deserve. God did not forget you. He's still with you. He wants you to be matured so that when the right relationship that mirrors this kind of love comes, you will not misuse it. You've heard of people that will say, had I known, God did not want you to regret. Let me share a story with you. There was a lady that have been waiting on the Lord, and she have been patient for years. As a human, it got to a point she was tired. But then a man came and wanted to marry her. When I heard the news, I was so excited. Marriage date was taken. Preparation has started. She has even started going to her mother-in-law's place, behaving like the daughter-in-law she will be. Later on, before the marriage, I heard the man has cancelled the marriage, that I did not want to marry her again. I don't know the reason. She wept and wept. I was like, now wow, after all these years, let God have his way. I pitied her because I felt last, the man has come. But there was a disappointment and she felt bad. And after, it's not even up to a year. After some months, maybe 2 months or 3 months, we heard this man is dead. And what came into my mind, I was like, thank God she did not go into this marriage. How will she marry this man? So after all these years, waiting for the right man, finally she will not be a widow. So you see, God always protects us. It's just that we don't see, we don't know, and so we'll be worried. And it's fine. We are human, it's normal. But I'm encouraging you to really trust the process. Trust God on this. That your waiting will not be in vain. And at the end, you will know that waiting on the Lord is worthwhile. I want you to know that it is not that you are not good enough. It is not that you have one deformity or the other. It is because God is still preparing you. And sometimes God is still preparing your mate that is meant for you. So that when you people come together, it will not be a battle, but it will be a love life. This is Simplicity in Pig channel. I have other great contents in this channel, and if you have not watched them, I really encourage you to check them out and watch them. I am Dora Bob, and if this video really makes sense to you, do not keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.